Yet another lovely day in Bangkok. And you know what? Let's have some fun today. I'm going to be linking up with one of my friends, another Trini who just moved down here to Bangkok about a month ago. Let's see what kind of trouble we get into. So let the show begin. Hello. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Sawadee krap, sawadee krap. You see, folks, this is where when you leave foreign, you just come and live bougie. You just come and live bougie. If you see the bougie place she living in.
Oh, stop it.
How would people know you're Trini? Give me a Trini check. Give me a Trini check.
Huh?
Give me a Trini check.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, okay, good. So you guys know. Oh, good. Why this place so fancy?
You're fine.
I find, yes. Look at it. You know, and this is, I told you, this was the second place that I was looking at when I came. And, oh my goodness.
Cute and cool.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Mayo is like, you gotta package everything in and all of that.
So this is the co-working space for the Quinn that we're gonna go and see. Wow.
You can actually book these spaces as well, which I think it's like common in most of the buildings.
No, the Quinn, all of their decor was amazing. I had liked everything that I had seen.
Yeah. Inside this
It looked like they were building a car, or did we just come?
here
Did we come
twice,
late?
but only to go to the phone store.
There's I don't know what's going on inside here. We're inside of a mall, and like they're building a car. There's like an engine bay on the opposite side. But listen, you know, when I came here the first time, I thought this was incredible because when we actually go up the stairs, this is all co-working space. So it's co-working, co-learning, and co-business. So you could actually rent classrooms. They have smart classrooms. They have a cloud computing center upstairs. They have an amphitheater. So if somebody wants to come do like a big keynote, they could rent out the amphitheater there. And then they have a lot of businesses from around the world that have their employees living in the condos inside of here.
Oh, okay.
And then everybody just comes down here, and this is where everybody is working. And everybody is networking and working top to bottom.
Very convenient, multi-purpose space, especially like if you do like online courses and you want to actually have like a dedicated
That's
space
exactly it.
so that your background,
That's exactly it. But even just look at the decor.
Listen, the decor here in Thailand.
This is all
and
TVs. This is all screens.
It's just literally, it actually manipulates your human visuals, and then it has you like, I've been in so many spaces where I'm like, wait, hold on, what is that?
Yeah.
What just happened?
Chris, we like to never see come see it.
I know, when you come from such a small island, you're like, wow, what is that?
What is that? Oh my God.
It's the technology, you know, and just seeing how, for me, if something is available, why aren't we using it? Why aren't we implementing it?
Yeah.
Why isn't it not in play? Is it that it's intentionally not in play?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Every single day, whenever we would go in Massey and we see everybody lining up in the cash registers to pay with a human, but the self-checkout line is still empty, why aren't we using the technology? But what behooves me is that as soon as we leave Trinidad, everybody fits in normal.
Yeah.
Look, the robot is moving again.
I mean, we are in 2025, right? Like literally 2025.
Yes.
Like,
So it looks like 2025.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it looks like we're in 2025. I feel you. So I'm guessing they're showing you how they're going to be, or maybe how they put together the cars for the Ionic.
Country being third world, that country being third world. People think Thailand's third world, you know?
Yep.
And little things I take notice of, such as paperless immigration forms. Like, that's a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
That is such a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
Like, every country I've been to have been paperless except Trinidad.
You know, it's one thing that we haven't switched over to papers yet, but they've switched over all the other Caribbean islands.
Yeah.
So hopefully, now they did announce, right? They did announce that 2025 they would be rolling out the non-paperless immigration forms in Trinidad. And thank God we appreciate it. But even when you go to all of the poor countries, well, quote unquote, right? We're taught that all of these Asian countries have no money or they're poor or whatever. And then you walk into Thailand, you walk into the Philippines and you're like,
Oh, the Philippines blew my mind. I felt like I was in New York City.
wow.
Yeah, I'm actually investing there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You getting some
I've
property?
already put down a condo there. Yeah.
Listen to me. This is the next real estate mogul right here. Every time, yes, I got a little place over here. I
know.
got a little place over there.
From your lips to God's ears. I am trying. But let's talk about that. I mean, even if you look at the infrastructure and
Yeah.
you will be able to see like top tier construction, right? High quality materials.
Yeah.
And
Well, just
the-
look at this building alone.
Yeah, and the price points affordable.
This is in the Philippines. The price is being affordable.
Yeah, in Thailand too.
Yes, correct.
But let's not get started on our home country, on the real estate and
Listen,
the affordability.
in the West, as long as you're in, because even in Canada, real estate is treacherous right now too, right? But then it's also the quality of what you're getting. So even when you get some of these nice properties back home, there's not really much of a zoning
yeah.
where that exists in like most other countries as
Yeah.
well. So you have just all these kinds of random places, you know, in your vicinity. Well, look at this goddamn tunnel.
I saw something similar to this in Medellin actually.
Yeah?
Even Medellin is so
I love it.
Oh my God, it's like so advanced, and a lot of Trinis wouldn't dare go there. They think it's so dangerous.
We are going to get to a place where people slowly start to learn. But I love what Medellin did. Well, first of all, this is the co-learning space. So in this co-learning space, they have all the smart classrooms. So people can book the smart classrooms and then host whatever keynotes are happening inside there. And then all down here is co-learning space. But yeah, I love when I think of countries who were probably broke, probably heavy crime, Medellin and Colombia was the poster child
Yeah.
for that. And to see what they have done in the last 20 years is absolutely incredible.
Because there's passion and there's purpose. And you can feel it. You can feel it. Every country that I've set in, there is tremendous passion, tremendous purpose in moving their country forward.
Yeah.
Okay? And I think that if every citizen inherently harbors that energy,
Look at this. Hold that thought.
One-on-one career.
Career Hub, right? Career Hub inside of True Digital Park, and you also get one-on-one career consultation, and they have an upskill and reskilling program.
Yeah, you see, keep the kids engaged.
So we could go to that website and learn more about the Career Hub program that's happening here. That's actually really good. Look at this.
One-on-one career consultation.
Right?
Startup job board. Look at that.
So inside of the Career Hub, the upskill reskill program, startup job board, the thesis innovation market, and one-on-one career consulting. So this is what I say, like, when you come out here and you see these types of, this is an entire ecosystem, right? Because on the other side, they actually have the mall, then they have 3 condos or 3 or 4 condos on the property as well. So it's one big ecosystem. And right now we're in the business building of True Digital Park. And if you look right ahead, let's take a walk over there, because I think that's one of these smart classrooms. But they also have the amphitheater behind us as well.
But Keron, there's one obvious thing.
Go ahead.
It is open to everyone.
Yes.
A building of this caliber with resources as this vast is open to everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyone can walk through those doors downstairs.
Yeah.
And
No,
that's
you're right.
the key.
You're right. And this is also connected to the BTS station. So people that are living far away or whatever can still take a train and get off right in front of the building, right? So look at, these are one of the classrooms inside here. So think if we had an ecosystem like this in the Caribbean. Trinidad this would be perfect, because we always talk about how there's not many spaces for co-working, co-learning, for entrepreneurs to connect, from the startups to the bigger businesses.
They barely believe in entrepreneurship there.
Well, that is it too. That is it too.
Because when I think of the building,
this
BHB
is a
billion.
computing cloud clinic.
Oh wow, I did not even notice this before because I haven't come to this floor.
And then they have the data center across there. Yeah, go ahead.
We have buildings that can be utilized to create something like this. So like when I think about like buildings like BHB Billion, so I truly believe that the environment in which you work is actually very conducive to your productivity and your success.
Yes.
Right? So why not make...
This is the full True Digital Park.
Actually, it's bigger than I initially thought.
It's massive. Yeah.
Why aren't we creating the opportunities? Why aren't we procuring the spaces? Why?
Do you think we have a vision for what we want Trinidad and Tobago to be?
No, actually, Trinidad reminds me of myself as a baby entrepreneur. Like when you're first jumping the game and you don't know what the hell you're doing, and you're just winging it and hoping something sticks. Yeah. But until you develop systems and processes and a level of accountability, you don't move the needle at all.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of discipline for that.
So you were living in the U.S. for how long?
I migrated at the age of 12.
Okay, so you were in Trinidad. You migrated at 12 to Miami?
Correct.
And then you were there from 12 years old to COVID?
Yeah. So my 30s.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So how was your time after you left Trinidad? Was that a big culture shock going over to the States?
Oh yeah. When I left Trinidad at that age, a little bit.
Or was it just you were just happy to jump on a plane?
Yeah, but it's an exciting time because
new?
You're still at that malleable stage, right?
Yeah.
And I think the hardest part, when I first got there, I was put in middle school based on my age. They just put me in the 8th grade. And then they realized that I was very advanced. So then they had to put me in high school. But then there was a lot of I was like the youngest high schooler, myself and one of my really good friends, one Trini girl, another Trini girl. And just getting teased a lot about your accent and learning how to adjust and to speak more like them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But are these all the businesses that are
Yep.
housed here?
This is the True Digital Park startup ecosystem. So look at all of the businesses that have been working inside of here. So you have a lot of the big businesses, right? You're seeing Huawei, you're seeing Google, Meta, ZTE, Hyundai. So all of these
TikTok
have
for
done
business.
TikTok for business, right? But then, if you look over here, Chris, you have the workshop center.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so I guess they're doing a fan meet and greet inside of here.
They're waiting for you.
Oh, not me at all.
Wow. Who's the star?
Planetary.
Who's Proxy? It's like a band or something?
I think so.
Interesting.
This is a better model. So we're over in this building over here.
What I do know is that there's a running track here
So they have everything. And then you have all the condos in the back.
and a helipad.
And a helipad.
Actually, two. One, two.
Yeah. So it's an entire business ecosystem. Workshop center. Yeah. Wow.
And everyone's lined up for this. Let me Google.
I think it's a band. Google it and
Boy
see.
band, huh? Backstreet
It looks-
Boys, the
looks
Asian
like it.
version.
So yes, you were happy when you made that jump at 12 over to the US.
Yes.
You were excited.
Yes.
How was that?
So yeah.
Because you moved to where? You moved to Miami, right?
Miami, directly to Miami, and so that's where I spent my high school years. I would say my teenage years, my
Yeah.
formidable years. I joined the U.S. Army at 17.
You
After-
joined the army?
Yes, I was in the Army for 8 years. So I think that a huge part of the systematic America got ingrained in me then. That's
Right.
where a lot of my patriotism was formulated.
Right. Is this the gym? What is
This is
Tick
the park, yeah. I think this is the jogging thing, no?
This
no,
is the jogging
this is
thing?
the TK Park. Is there a way to get
Service.
outside? What is this?
I don't know. I want to know.
I'm gonna ask him. Swaddy, what is TK Park?
It's a library.
Oh, it's a library.
Oh, it's a library. Can
Oh,
we just peek
We're just
outside?
checking out the place.
Yes, it's a free area.
It's free. Oh, kakunka.
Oh, it's free. So wait, hold on. Look, so you have the library here, but check this out. Look, you have a book return.
Automated.
I'm gonna say this. Touch to start. Drop one book at a time. Oh wow. Oh, then it scans and I guess it checks out of your account. Wow, just when you thought the libraries couldn't get any fancier, right?
I like this. I wish I worked more in the daytime hours here, but I do work more in the U.S. time.
Yeah. Army. You were in the army. and-
Yes, yes.
What did you do in the army?
I was a medic.
Hey!
Yes.
So if I drop down and need
No,
assistance,
Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. No, I basically worked in the hospital nutrition sector.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've always been passionate about health and nutrition
Yeah.
because in university I studied exercise physiology as well. So it kind of went hand in hand after.
I think this is the top floor. I think we could walk out here and just see the outside area. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so
Nutrition and physiology.
yes, I was saying that. So I was part of the hospital nutrition corps
Yeah.
in the U.S. Army. And then in university, I studied exercise physiology. So that's when I tell you I'm involved in all these physical activities. It's just
Yeah,
I'm
because
passionate about
I was
this-
about
these
to
things.
say, I'm like, you done discovered all the running clubs, right? There's a sky bridge on this side, and this bridge is over to the mall. And I think there's even more floors. Actually, matter of fact, yeah, there is. There's even more floors up.
Keron, everything that I've done in my life is because I have been intentional about I am going to be the one that does things that no one else ever has, especially coming from my family. You know what I mean? So, you know, people like to say things like, especially in the Caribbean, oh, blood pressure run in the family. Oh,
Yeah, you're like,
oh,
nah.
cool. No, until it runs into me.
Until it runs into you.
Exactly. Because energy is contagious. And when your family see you doing things, it automatically affects them, and then they start making changes. I remember when I did my first marathon, what happened? My family just started walking and running. When I did my first triathlon, my brother said, if my sister can do this-"
Triathlon?
Yeah, I've done it all. And it's
I'm
always
out of
because I
breath
want
just
to,
thinking about it.
I always just want to challenge myself.
Yeah.
You know, because I truly believe like once your mind has made a decision, the body will just follow.
Yeah.
It might be hard. As I've gotten older, it's harder.
Yeah.
It's harder. Like right now, my left knee is creaking.
Well, you're in the perfect place because this is the self-care heaven. So you would
Yeah,
have
thank
come.
God for cheap massages, yeah?
Jesus, Christmas.
I got
If
weekly
again?
massages in Trinidad for 500 TT a week for 1 hour. Now I'm going for like 2, 3, 4 hours. Actually, for my birthday, I went for 4 hours.
4 hours. No, live it up, man.
4 hours for the same price I paid there for 1 hour, you know?
The price differences on massages have been just insane.
I love it.
Insane. And whether you want to go, and what's even better is that if you want to go to a high-end spot, you can pay your high-end price.
And that's the high-end price I'm referring to.
Yeah.
It's like,
But then if you want to be cheap, like you can go to any one of the
Yeah.
smaller massage parlors and still get a good
if you just need,
massage.
you know, just a little quick thing, just get to it, and you don't need the whole, just-
Yeah. And I love that. I love that.
So
If any
here's the
aches and
thing.
pain, you could just jump in and it doesn't break the bank.
I know you have
Yeah.
said this before in many of your videos, but I wanted to mention this because this is so true. And I see it every single day that I'm here in Thailand. It can be as cheap as you want it to be,
Yes.
or as expensive. Like you can go all out here. And for someone like me, I love luxury. I love the finer things. But I've also started a little project where I have been doing daily tracking of my spending here in Thailand because I'm actually challenging myself to see on given days how cheap it can be,
Yeah.
and then how much would I spend if I just did my normal thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I am actually creating this sheet so I can formulate data to share with my family. Yeah.
Right.
And I think like every little thing, I've just been making notes on my phone, and at the end of the month, I'm going to put it together so that they can understand. Because I don't want people to feel, because sometimes people think you're misguiding them on videos.
And we will talk about that. We
Yeah.
will talk about that. I think one of the big things is that, well, as I was in the show, the fact that the train is right there and you could just walk out and come right into the business section, or
Yeah.
you can come into the mall section, get food, go shopping. Like
So,
this entire complex is
The transportation network is very convenient and very safe.
Yeah.
I use the BTS every single day.
Yeah.
And I walk a lot. I like to walk.
Yeah.
But the thing is that you feel safe. I feel like Trinidad could definitely benefit from a skywalk.
No, I 100% agree. Now, you were saying that you were tracking all of your data because people do feel like, and I mean, I'm glad that people have a healthy skepticism, as they should, because too often, more than not, they believe everything they see on the internet,
Yeah.
right? But it's not until you get here and you're like, oh, wow. Because even for me, I'd never been in Asia before, so I was going off of everything that I was
Yeah.
consuming. But 100 Frenchmen can't be wrong.
Yeah.
And when you're consuming hours upon hours, which most people don't,
Yeah.
right? And you're seeing, okay, 30 people that you've watched have all said the same thing about
Yeah.
the same places or whatever, then you're like, all right. And then now that you're here and you're seeing it for yourself. Like there was another night. There was a night earlier this week. I ordered a pasta, like bolognese spaghetti and spaghetti pasta, and it got delivered to my place, and I paid 24 baht.
Don't you just love that? Come on, man. Yeah, come on, man. Yeah.
So when I want to eat ribs and steak, you could
Right.
jump out yourself, and when you want to eat cheap, you could
And
eat cheap.
that's been my personal experience as well. So like, I think it was last week, I went and I actually, when I told you I had to go meet with the lawyer.
Yeah.
So it was in the Empire Tower, he was located. So I ended up having lunch there, right? But that's considered like the highest spend for lunch in a building, an environment like that Empire Tower.
Yeah,
But it was still like $15 USD, right?
yeah,
Which
and that's,
I'm from
and that's
Miami.
expensive.
Listen, I'm
Here.
from Miami. I have sat down in a restaurant for lunch in Miami and paid 300 US. I kid you
Easily,
not.
easily. You eat a steak and you're already spending over 100.
Yeah.
2 glasses of wine, that's 300 right there. That's easy to do. But we know what, before we walk anywhere, because the train is right there, where are we going? You said you wanted to do a sky lounge. What are you feeling? What are we drinking? What are Trini drinking?
But this Trini doesn't drink.
Okay, coconut water or water for
No,
you?
I can do a good mocktail though.
Well, yeah. You could envision it.
Yeah, so you've been here longer than I have. I haven't been to Tribe. A friend of mine at the gym mentioned Tribe to me.
Tribe it is. I have
Yeah.
the one time I tried to go, it was booked for a private
And
event.
Tribe, but it has nothing to do with Tribe Trinidad. let's just put the disclaimer there, asterisk. Because anyways, culturally, people always think that you are
But-
making a nod to them.
But you know, did you check out Bar Froze's yet?
No. where's
So
that?
Bar Froze is right next to the Jamaican restaurant.
Oh, I went to the Jamaican restaurant. Let me tell you. Okay. Let me tell
Listen,
you.
if you realize
Listen
me
to
and her
me.
are all over the place, we're all over the place. Just enjoy the
I
ride.
went to the Jamaican restaurant on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was like, I'm feeling for some home vibes.
Yes.
I need some Caribbean food.
Yes.
And I just got up, I catch a Vaps, and I went down there to Nana, right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I was so impressed. Listen, the food. I'm from Miami. I called my parents and I'm like, this jerk is better than Miami jerk. Actually, this jerk is better than the jerk in the savannah in Trinidad. Like, it is so good.
So-
but my only thing, they charged me like, was it 150 baht for sorrel? I had a problem with that.
What?
Yes.
They have sorrel?
But I said, yes, they had sorrel on the menu.
What?
But I said, let me support my people because they're probably important.
Yeah. 150 baht, Jesus Christ.
For some sorrel. Oh, and the ting, don't talk about the ting. The ting was up there in price too. But I was so grateful
They're-
because the food hit.
They're expensive. They're
Yeah,
expensive.
instead of-
No, okay, hold on.
But I still spent $30.
They're expensive. They're expensive by Thailand terms.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
in general, it's not expensive.
It's $30. You pay $30 in Miami now for one box of Jamaican food.
Yeah. And that's without the drink. But
Yeah,
no,
I
their
spent-
food is good. Their food is actually the best Jamaican food that I've eaten outside of Jamaica.
And I was peeking in the kitchen because I wanted to see if it was Jamaican or Thai people cooking this food.
It's Thai people cooking,
Yes.
but a Jamaican owns it.
Yeah, I saw him there.
Yeah.
And my dad always says that the Jamaicans do it big no matter where they go, they like put their mark. And I love that about them.
I'm like, there has to be a Trini spot somewhere.
You're gonna open
Right.
a roti shop or what?
Well, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that. However, I will help market the roti shop. But the other day, I was actually feeling for roti. And I'm like, you know what? And I think I was feeling for roti in particular because I've just seen so many actual Indian spots.
Yeah.
And they're everywhere. And every time I walk past, hey, got naan, roti.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
you know what? Let me see what the roti is saying. So I ordered a garlic naan. I ordered a tandoori roti. And I ordered a curry chicken.
Was it good?
And I'm not really a big fan of Indian food. Like, obviously Caribbean Indian food, yes. But not Indian
Not
food,
East
right?
Indian.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I licked the plate.
Serious.
I licked the plate. It was good. It obviously was not a Caribbean curry.
So you go into the heart of the city where there's like an abundance of people and offerings. See, I live out here with the locals, you know?
Ma'am. Don't let the bourgeoisie fool you, okay? This girl's living in a place, she's living in a place that was my second choice. And I was dead set, I was so crushed when that place was gone because I was like, it was so big, it was so spacious. And it was like the same price of what I'm paying right now.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah. Hold on. So you've been here 1 month now. One month?
Well, you know my story, just like my life, it's very interesting and a little bit crazy.
How did you get here?
I arrived
How you end up in Thailand? You wasn't in Miami? You wasn't in Trinidad?
Where was I? Hold on. I was supposed to close off this year at 30 countries, but here I am still in Thailand because I just fell in love.
Right.
But I actually got back from Turkey in August. While I was in Turkey, I went to Germany, back to Turkey. That's when Thailand launched the DTV.
Yeah, that was August, yeah.
And I just saw snippets.
Or it announced in July. So
it
yeah,
was
go
in
ahead.
July, right, correct. And I saw snippets of the information online, and then of course, you were just inundating my feed with information so that, especially the short form content, because I was on the go traveling, I was just absorbing quickly, and then I'm like, okay, I'll research this later, right? And I think I told you when I got back to Miami, I sat in Miami International Airport after clearing customs and cried. And I said to myself, why do I keep coming back here? And
hold on. That is really bougie. Just bougie.
Oh, stop it.
Just bougie. Yeah. Miami Airport, crying your eyes out.
Yes, because every time I return back to the West, my soul just feels ripped apart, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just someone who, I've been traveling a lot by myself since I was very young. I lived in Russia when I was 15. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not.
So I've been out there and onto the world and into the world, like truly connecting with people, cultures, countries. So every time I would return, I feel like there isn't truly a culture in the West, per se, right? And then I had to...
Because it's like it's just bits and pieces of...
I always knew I was coming to Thailand before the end of 2024.
Right.
And then some people that I connected with on a Morocco trip that I went on, they were going to Thailand in October. So that was originally the plan.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'll go in October, I'll check it out, and then I'll decide if I want to do this DTV situation.
Yeah.
Right? You went on your journey in September. I think it was end of September.
End of September.
Thereabout. And then my approach started changing. And it was just intuitive downloads kept coming in. It was like, okay, don't go on the Thailand trip. Like, you know, don't go on the one for October where the others were going, right?
Yeah.
And I was really sad about it, but hunker down, do what you have to do, because then I have business in Trinidad, I have business in Miami.
Yeah.
I have a whole home in Trinidad. I think I've told you that, that I would have to pack up.
I need an ATM.
It is on this side over here. Hold on. Did they move? No, it's right here. No, that's not it. There's one on the other side, you know. We have to go down and go through the other end.
So the Thailand trip, you're like, you're not gonna go on this one?
Right, so it was like, so I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna go. I started telling some of the girls I made friends with from the Morocco trip that maybe I'll just come but not be a part of the trip, and I'll just link up with you guys, right?
Yeah.
But then more and more, the way things was going, I was being guided to, no, don't go now. Just hunker down for a moment, right? Because I'm a traveler, I'm always on the go.
Yeah.
Like, stay calm for a moment, formulate your plan, because to go there, come back, go back to Trinidad, right? So I ended up staying at home in Florida, then came up with the whole plan, got everything pipeline, went to Trinidad the end of October, just for a short stay,
Yeah.
and literally packed up my entire apartment, right? And brought everything back to my home in Florida, right?
Yeah.
I arrived in Thailand, still checking out mode, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna check it out, see how I feel about it. I already knew from the previous year, from December 23, that 24 was gonna be my last year in Trinidad.
Yeah.
I just knew it intuitively. I wasn't sure. Thailand wasn't in the play. It was more so Dubai. Dubai
Yeah.
was more, Dubai and Doha were in play
Yeah.
majorly. So I arrived here December 1st and spent 1 week. Being someone who's energetically in tune, I love big city energy.
Yeah.
Initially, it clicked on all cylinders for me.
It's big city and still peaceful.
Yeah.
I don't know how
So
they
that's what I was
have
about to say.
managed that
It's
balance.
because it's a predominantly
Culturally?
Buddhist country.
There, yeah.
So everyone is relatively calm at all times.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's this ATM? I know I'm not fooling you, right?
Trying to find an ATM.
All right.
Lord have
Follow me
mercy.
one more time. I'm not lying to you this time. We have to
Krystel
go back.
said she likes to walk.
You're just getting steps, 10,000 steps a day. The
Wait,
ATM
do
is
they?
here.
Wait.
They
do
don't take card.
They don't take card. I swear
No.
they do.
You
What
don't,
is the
I can get a
limit?
ticket. I have cash. Come.
Okay, get it, and I'll give it back to you.
Listen.
This is why you had to have fun with money. I can't.
What stop we're going to? What stop we're going to?
We're going to Prom Pong.
Prom Pong. Prom Pong.
47 baht.
We are going to Prom Pong. We're gonna go and
40.
check out. That for one or two? That's for one.
I have a card.
Oh, you have a card.
Yeah. Okay. Papunka.
My card. I have to. I was getting the cash to top up my card. Yeah, Prom Pong. So
This way.
no, this is going back.
Yeah. This way. I know where I'm going. I do this every day.
This is why she just listen to the bourgeois. She
You
knows
forget,
her station.
I go to the gym in a soak. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right after Prom Pong.
Yeah. So, yes.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the story.
Right. So, big city energy, but everyone's very calm and peaceful, and you could sense that, right? People aren't aggressive and they aren't confrontational in any way, but still don't test the tie. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
But I think that just resonates with the energy of Buddhism, right?
Yeah.
So I was here for a week, and then I went to the Philippines, and every day I was in the Philippines, I kept thinking about Thailand. And you know, like when you go buy something in the store and you see something that you like, and you're like, nah, I'm not getting this today, and you have voice of reason. It's like, be practical. You don't
Yeah.
need that shirt or you don't need that shoe.
Yeah.
And then you go home, you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
That's how it was while I was in the Philippines. So when I was there, that's when I made the decision. And I said, I knew I have to apply for the DTV while I'm outside,
Yeah.
right? So I applied for it while I was in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And then I came back. I wasn't supposed to come back. I was supposed to go on to Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore, and then back home to New York down to Florida.
Right.
That was the plan.
Right.
Right? But I came back to freaking Bangkok.
You came back to Bangkok.
Came back to Bangkok. And I started feeling very anxious, and that's when I knew. I was like, oh no, this is it, this is the place, right? Because I kept feeling like, oh, you have to do something, you have to do it now. So it was like, take action now, there was a place that I let slip in the first week.
Yeah.
And then I felt like because of my procrastination and, you know, I'm very particular and just mulling over, you can't mull over apartments here, right?
No, at least not the first one.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you're already living here,
then it's different.
then it's different. But when you're now coming in and you're kind of on the clock to get situated, things just go like lightning
because
speed.
I was practically living in a hotel, and it was not a cheap hotel, like Keron loves to say. It wasn't a cheap hotel, so that bill was running up, right? And I'm like, okay, it's either I make a decision now, or I go back home to the States and come back.
Yeah.
And as much as I love to travel, there was something that was holding on to me energetically here, and I'm like, I really don't want to go all the way back and come back. So I pulled the trigger. DTV still processing.
Okay.
You know, they're asking for this, asking for that.
Yeah.
But I took that leap. I've taken that leap before. Like when I went to Trinidad, everybody thought I was mad.
Yeah.
Like I just.
So you signed the lease while the DTV is still processing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a leap of faith.
Yeah.
That's a leap of faith.
Yeah. I just did it, right? And I'm like, any case, I can just leave because I have 60 days anyways, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll come back in at that time. Well, my DTV got approved on January 11th, 2025. So officially have a DTV. I do have to leave before my 60 day. Let's just put that out there, and I will be leaving.
Yeah.
Do I want to go all the way back home? No. I literally only came here for a short trip. I do not have all of my things.
That's crazy.
I don't have all of my things, and this is why people think I'm crazy. But let me tell you,
Oh no, that's crazy.
I'm divinely guided.
She just came with a little carry-on. I was like, you know what?
But you know, I have a friend who traveled Asia for an entire year last year, and I was chatting with her, and she was like, why do you need to go back to the West? She's like, is there anything that you don't have that you can buy in Thailand?
Yeah.
And like, you have a point. You do have a point. I just need to go back for my hair products. No, real truth. It is the truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know.
But now I'm torn because I really don't want to leave. I'm enjoying my new community. I've made so many friends. I love this city. I'm learning so much and discovering so much every single day. And I feel like to break that momentum right now, I'm going to be very, very sad. But I feel the same way most places that I go to. But now, knowing that I'm coming back, I'll feel very comfortable because this is home now. And I think that I'm still coming to terms with
that this is home.
This is my home base now. Like, it hasn't hit me that I've sold my car in Trinidad. I have nothing there anymore. I've packed up everything. Like, this is home. And I feel more home here than I have in the past years in Trinidad as a born Trini.
We'll talk about that. Let's get on this train. BTS is here. Next stop, we're headed to Pom Pong to go check out the Tribe club, bar, restaurant, whatever you want to call it. But I love how convenient the BTS is.
I love it outside my door. Listen, you see why I'm always on it though? It's like, it's too convenient.
Have you gone in any of these malls?
Yes, I have. I frequent the Emporium. I'm actually kind of ashamed to say that. I was here yesterday.
You're frequently in Emporium. Wait a minute. Emporium? I have never gone in Emporium.
Have you not?
Never.
You lying. I saw you
No.
in Louis Vuitton yesterday.
No. I took a picture of Louis Vuitton. I'm always in M. Cartier and M Sphere. But I've never actually gone in Emporium yet.
But
I don't know why.
You hunt, we cook. That's not where you go?
M. Cartier.
Oh, and there's one in here as well.
Well, there's one in all three. All three of them have it.
Okay. I haven't seen the one on this side.
All three of them have it. Did you come with any pets?
With any what?
You come with any pets?
Pets?
Yeah.
Pets?
I don't know. I see a little dog. I know plenty of people bringing the dogs into Thailand
I ain't going
now too.
through that.
You're not going through.
I've seen some YouTubers from the US going through a hassle to bring pets over.
Well, anytime you have pets, it's always a scene. It's always a scene. Aliyah had her dog, but she left. She had to leave her.
Yeah, I mean that's a long journey.
I know it, but.
So there are free aerobics classes in this park every
over
single
here?
day at 6 p.m.
So how do you even finding out about all these run clubs,
Connecting with
aerobics?
the locals.
So you just walk up to them,
Actually, yes, but this one, that's what happened. Actually, they walked up to me,
Right.
and we had a conversation, and they're like, follow me to BTS. And we ended up hanging out for the rest of the day, and we went and worked out in the park, and yeah.
That's how you're living?
Yeah, I've quite a few local friends now.
Listen, she's doing better than me. I've met a good amount of people, some Thai, but just more foreigners that have moved in.
Most of my expat friends are from like the gym, but it's a mix. Like the run clubs, there's a lot of Thai.
Yeah.
I just love being able to connect with the locals authentically, because that's how I learn more about the culture faster, and the language as well. So like my Muay Thai gym, which I'm missing today to hang out with Keron.
Yeah.
It's in my neighborhood, so it's like the most local Muay Thai gym, because of course people come here on a DTV doing Muay Thai as well.
Yeah.
So the gyms have actually started to charge more because of that, right?
I mean, make your money. This is where, wait a minute, yo, listen, Chris.
Yeah.
Tribe is right there, you know.
Yeah.
But I see they took the sign down.
They just took it down because I just saw it as we were walking.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, well, oh, sorry, no. Chris,
Oh,
wrong
it's like,
one.
wait.
It's over there.
I know I saw we were walking. It's like,
That's what I was saying. I'm like, but wait a minute, where did it go?
so this is what I love
Yeah.
about Bangkok too. It's such an active city. So I met some old ladies here because they were doing Tai
Where?
Chi with the. I can show you.
So
videos.
they do Tai Chi.
With the sword here in the afternoons as well.
Yeah.
And on the other side of the park is the free aerobics.
Okay. I haven't even walked through this park as yet. Listen, Bangkok is so big, and there's just so much to do. There's so much happening.
Yeah.
And I think because I'm here for the 5 years too, I just haven't really tried to force it. I'm like, man, you know what?
You're gonna stay here for 5 years?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. But you know why? Well, you also said a word earlier before when we were on the train. I don't want to use the word home.
Mm-hmm.
I like the word home base.
Yeah.
Because home base can change.
Yes.
And I think right now, with everything that's happening with Thailand, with Asia, this is a great home base
Yes, absolutely.
to be able to travel. So like, you're set up, would I be here for 5 years? The reason I say yes is because in my mind, I'm already seeing myself doing a month in Bali, a month in Portugal, or a month over here, but still coming back.
However,
Here.
when the Thai people captivate you, it's going to be hard, because for me, it's about leaving at the end of this month and being gone for a month to 6 weeks. And it's hard. It's hard because I've connected with so many people that I don't want to leave my friends. We had one of our friends in our group go to New York for 4 days for work, and everybody's missing it.
What? But you know, adult friendships like that, that's actually a feat, you know, because people don't just make friends as easily
And we
as
are from
they're adults.
all over the world.
Completely different. But I also think that that's what's connecting everybody right now.
Yeah.
The fact that everybody is coming from all different parts of the world, because I mean, think about everybody we speak to.
So last week, I went with an Italian friend who's been living in Bangkok for 10 years. She actually came here on an internship straight out of university, and she never went back home.
Wow.
And she said that 1 week visiting Italy, and she's like, I need to go home. Thailand is home, right? So we went to a French restaurant where it was predominantly French and Italian expats. They've all been in Bangkok.
Go ahead.
They've all been in Bangkok from speaking to everyone for a minimum of 10 years, right? So they were sharing with me a lot about the changes of things that they've observed. And one of the main things, because for them this is their home, and just seeing all the changes, is that the new foreigners that are coming are being very disrespectful culturally to the Thai people, the Thai culture, the Thai practices. Not just here. I've heard even in Bali, it's worse.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
And for me, that's huge. That's absolutely critical. I think when you come into someone's country, you want to learn their norms, understand. A lot of these countries have a very strong spiritual base, and at least understand the foundation of that and what it entails, and respect that. Because I understand, like in Bali, they are constantly having to do cleansing rituals because we have people half naked on motorbikes.
We have people being half naked and running inside the temples.
Yeah. And it's very disrespectful. But the group asked me about like what is the culture of the US, for example. I'm like, there's no culture, maybe consumerism.
Yeah.
Right? So because they try to understand why do these people come here and do these things.
Yeah. That's insane. They're coming here, messing things up, and they're trying to understand the culture back home to see why are they doing all this madness. Wow.
Yeah.
It's kind of embarrassing though.
Yeah, it is embarrassing.
Listen,
Actually,
y'all Caribbean people, we not care where you're from. Please.
don't do that.
Please don't do it. Leave it. Yeah.
On Thursday when I was at Run Club, my Thai friend asked me about the racism in the West. She said that she found it very strange when she hear these things. It's like so strange to them.
And you know, and what do we hear about Asia? All we ever hear about is racism. But then you come here. Have you experienced any racism as a black Caribbean woman?
No, absolutely not. I haven't experienced racism in any country I've been to, ever. But listen, my approach is how you show up in the world is how the world shows up to you, right? And you need to drop your programming. You need to drop your program, or at the very least question it, right?
Yeah.
I don't see race, I don't see countries. I see that I'm a global citizen, and everywhere I go, I'm going to adapt.
Yeah.
This is
just wow. Just wow.
I've literally seen people breaking rules in places like Doha. And when they land themselves in trouble, then it ends up on
Crying
the news.
wolf, yeah.
Exactly, right?
Jump on social media trying to explain it. But hold on, stick a pin, right? You know what I love about this place? We just passed like 7 restaurants on this side. Every single restaurant is playing music, every bar is playing music, but none of the sound is clashing with anybody's.
Yeah.
Once you walk into somebody's space, you're just immersed in their space and you don't really hear nothing from where the other stuff is coming. But I see people coming behind us, so we try to secure that spot. But there's a vibe in every single section up here.
So for me, I don't. A lot of people tend to try to lead with the race card. I don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't do that at all, right? Because again, when you think in a more expansive nature and you say, I am a global citizen, I am part of humanity, then you realize that on an energetic level, we're all the same, really.
Yeah.
We're just wearing different suits, right? So it really doesn't matter. So I put myself in different spaces in order to help my own expansion.
Yeah.
But there are people who I see, they're looking for the black group or the melanated crew or I don't have time for that, you know? It's a conditioning, though. It's a conditioning.
Where are we going for try?
I'm trying to be like Keron was here.
And get your footage? Okay. Thank you.
ออเดอร์วิสตาร์ไว้เชิญนะคะ
ขอบคุณค่ะ For the sheer volume of people that are visiting, I haven't seen that anywhere else because like the BTS, for example, it remains pristine.
Yeah.
No one eats or drinks. Actually, I was on the BTS last week and an American couple were there and the wife was saying to the husband, she's like, oh my God, it's so clean and no one's singing crazy or asking me for money.
You know when I thought about that, when I went to Rolling Loud.
Uh,
That was the biggest crowd I've ever been around. That was so polite. The crowd management was so well managed. Nobody was bumping into nobody. Everybody gave you your space. There was no fights. There was tons of alcohol, but you weren't seeing anybody wilding out. But it really stood out the fact that they managed that flow of
Yeah.
people so very well. And then to your point, when you're coming on the BTS, especially during rush hour times, and it's extremely busy, I was expecting City Gate.
yeah.
I was really getting ready to think back to how things are in Toronto and in
Yeah.
New York, and I'm getting ready to throw bows and push to the crowd.
Yeah.
Here, nobody pushing. And even when, because I've also seen it where, you know, when you're on the BTS and you look on the ground, right? And they have the two arrows where to stand,
Yes.
and they have the arrow in front to let you know.
Yeah.
Even when somebody has just walked up to the door and like butted the line, like everybody's kind of like, you know?
Yeah.
But it rarely happens. It rarely happens, and just a flow of traffic, nobody pushing. And this is the quietest, biggest city I've ever seen.
Right, and that's what I was alluding to earlier. When a Westerner comes, just observe, right? Do a lot of observing, and then follow the patterning. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean you have to be exactly like them, but this is their country, this is their land, this is their home. Be respectful. Be respectful, and you will learn so much. And when you do leave, you will take back so much with you, and then leave a part of yourself here. That's what's happened to me everywhere I've been.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see right now, we already know the situation with like Russia and the US, right?
Yeah.
But I've lived in Russia, right? And at my age now, I wish that I can go back, because as a 15-year-old, I did not appreciate all that I would appreciate now.
Yeah.
But what I can say, what I do know of Russia, you know, America is really good at marketing, you know. They're like the Keron,
yeah.
they're the Keron Rose of the world.
Hello, I learned from them. I learned from them.
Because they make everyone believe that it's America or nothing. This is what you want in your life.
And I tell everybody, growing up in Canada, it was always looked at as the step up was when you moved to the States, and anything, unless it was the US, everything else was a step down. So ain't nobody was, you know, nobody looked at any of the other parts of the world and put that up on a pedestal. Like, it was always the US, but then the US kind of has that mentality as well, right?
They don't have any, I'll ask them.
So we inside Tribe. What are we gonna eat? Antipasti, sushi, pizza, panini, pasta. We got pasta, Thai treats, grilling while chilling. Grilling while chilling. And I feel, I don't know, maybe I do a pasta or something.
With the options.
We have 5.
Oh, I didn't see this here. Wow. I must
Wow.
be really sleepy. I've been up since 4 o'clock, so please.
Running, Pilates.
Tuk storytelling. Oh, wow. I'll have a tuk storytelling. Kakunka.
And I am going to have a sex on the beach.
You like those, eh?
I do.
Because you
I
you
do.
have it at the Bob Marley place as well, no?
Yes, yes,
And
I
then somewhere
do.
else I saw you post that. When you were
Anywhere I
in
go.
Vietnam, yeah?
Yes, anywhere I go. That's the first drink.
You like it on the beach?
I like sex on the beach. I
Oh,
like
you gotta go
sex
back
on the
to
beach.
Pattaya?
I can still more.
I heard that's where the action is, eh?
Is that where the action is, Pattaya?
So there's a
Action, Pattaya?
action Batar.
Yeah.
The
How is
action is-
Pattaya? How is Pattaya?
So it's
How is Pattaya? Pattaya nice? Is it good?
Pattaya.
Yeah.
Yes, Pattaya.
Yeah. Good?
Pattaya, Phuket, especially Phuket.
Party.
Yeah, Phuket.
Okay.
Yeah.
Phuket party?
Phuket, no party like beach. Yo, I think it's very, very good for you because you last time the beach, right?
Yeah. So I gotta go to the beach because I like sex on the beach. I like it. I like it. I like it.
This is
If you need something, you can call me anytime.
Okay, we'll do. We'll just look. You know what you want?
no.
Okay.
I need to eat though. I do know that.
You'll come back. Yeah.
Oh no, okay.
The first time I ever heard them say Sabai, Sabai, and I found out what the meaning was, I was like, that is literally Hakuna Matata.
Yeah.
And homegirl was like, yes,
Yeah.
it is like Hakuna Matata.
Yeah.
But yes, less stress. So New Year starts, new country, you've been here 1 month, and this week you feel like less stress.
And even though like I do have quite a bit of things still taking place because I'm still wrapping up a few things. I don't feel overwhelmed or mentally consumed by it. I don't know how or why, but I think the energy of this place has a lot to do with it.
It's definitely, nobody's in a rush. Everybody, for the most part, is very polite, very helpful. I've never felt like rushed here. And then I also, at least for me, because you're rich and bougie, for me, I'm just playing. For me,
you can say it now and no one coming to target me.
Hey, because the place, the affordability of the place, I also don't feel pressed to make money. And there's a very big difference, right? So coming from Canada first, where you're working 2-3 jobs to make ends meet, everything is money, 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 right? Move to Trinidad, it's a lot cheaper than living back in Toronto. Where now, okay, you gotta make money, naturally, but I don't work nearly as hard in Trinidad. I mean, I work hard, but I don't work Canada hard, right? I'm not physically dying and stressing out because of work. So Trinidad gave me 10 years of, I was still at peace. You work, but coming to Thailand now, where if I want to eat, I could spend 50 baht. If I want to eat for cheap, if you want to have a low cost of living, I don't feel pressed. So now when I'm just like, all right, rent is a cool 550. The most I've spent on food in a month is like a 300 US between, you know, the U-Hunt and ordering food, whatever. Like, I don't need as much money to live. And because I know I don't need as much money to live, I'm also not pressed to work as hard and stress. So the days I just want to be inside and enjoy my rent, I'm relaxed. If I want to go out and have a nice, delicious meal, you go out and have a meal.
I didn't like, in Trinidad, I didn't even enjoy, like I had a nice place, but I feel like I didn't even enjoy it. Like honestly, I was uneasy all the time. You know, as a single woman living alone, I'm constantly like looking out the window, looking over my shoulder, looking at my rear view. Like it's like constantly, I barely would go out. I only go out for the things that I have to do. God forbid my gas light goes on, then I'm like, oh shit, I have to go to the gas station. You know what I mean?
You know what bothers me the most about Trinidad? What bothers me the most about Trinidad is I never got to be there when Trinidad was Trinidad. Right? Like if I had 10 years of like early 2000s Trinidad, I would have been over the moon. But like when I came at the end of 2013, and I noticed a change in Trinidad from 2016. By 2016 is when a lot of the bars, Roscoe's, Stumbling, all these places started to close down around 2016. You had less and less people coming on the avenue. We actually, my mom and some of her friends had actually owned a bar on the avenue, right? And you just got to see the avenue just start to dwindle down. And then we're heading into COVID times. COVID was 2020, right? So that took the next 2 years.
2015, I used to drive from Balsane because I lived in Balsane before I migrated. So like when I started going back to Trinidad, my place was initially in Balsane before I moved to the west. And I used to drive from Balsane to Digamartin kind of 2 o'clock in the morning. The other day I was thinking about that, right? And I'm like, I wouldn't dare do that these days. Like what madness was I thinking? 2015, I was doing that. And
a lot's changed. A lot has changed in 10 years. And apart from anything, like I said, I got like a little glimpse.
Yeah.
Right. The first year, Trinidad was bubbling, and I thoroughly enjoyed 2015. 2015, I enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
But the way that I enjoyed myself in 2015 to post-COVID, right?
Yeah.
It was all business, because anything other than that, you didn't even feel. First of all, I'm somebody where I would rather party when things are going good, and when things are going to shit around you. For me, the past couple of years have been so focused on, let me try to contribute where I can contribute, but that also takes me learning, me upskilling, me centering myself in a completely different place. I was just so focused on that because things were just getting worse and worse.
Let's talk about that, because I got really tired. Like, you're talking about that, the contribution, and I'm thinking about it, and I can just feel my energy just dipping, right? Because when I
Tastes
decided to go there, I went there with a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of excitement and a lot of ideas to contribute to that market. And I made a post on my IG the day before yesterday, because I was remembering a conversation someone was having with me in 2021. I use a lot of systems, a lot of software with my business, right? And I remember this person telling me why you can't just come here and do things the way Trinis do it, right? You come in here with your new and your different ideas. and I said to them, I didn't come here to adapt to this market. I came to disrupt this market. It's the only way to advance it.
Facts.
Right?
Yeah.
And I just feel like I've been met with so much challenge, especially because I'm in the hospitality. Hosting is hospitality. Hosting is hospitality. And I have cycled as a management company, cycled through so many properties and property owners because they just don't get it, right? Everyone is self-serving, right? And they're highly self-serving when it comes to the access to USD, right? They do not care about the guest experience, right?
Yeah.
I train my team that the moment that a guest lands in Piaco, they're entering our storefront. And we need to be a part of every touch point. But when you're a management company and you're managing, let's say you're an owner, and you don't get how that experience has to be curated and managed eloquently because you have not grown up nor been exposed to that level of hospitality, that's where we have a problem.
But you see, and that's something that I keep on trying to tell people, right? For those, there are still so many people who have never left the island, but then you still have more people who they've traveled, they've seen things, but they've never lived in other countries to learn how it works. So people are coming, right? Because I've seen it in so many spaces that I've been in. Somebody could travel somewhere, see something. Best one was a telecom company told one of the managers, hey, we want to change the customer experience to Apple. Look at Apple and try to create that. And the first question, because I used to work at Apple, my first question was, did you ever work at Apple? And they're like, no. They're like, I'm like, have you ever been to Apple? And they're like, well, no, I've just watched YouTube videos. We have so many people that travel, they do all the tourist stuff, but because they've never lived in these places, they don't know how things work behind the scenes to get it to where that point is. So we could travel, we could go to the resorts, we can experience things, but it's not until you actually go and live in these places, work for the companies, understand how everything works together, that we can actually turn the tide. So that's why I keep on telling people now, I would like to see more digital nomads, because that's going to get you out of the country. Go see some shit. Go travel. Go live somewhere else. Understand how things are working. And it's only then you're going to be able to come back to Trinidad or come back to other parts of the island and be like, I now actually know how to fix, or I know how some of these things are supposed to work. So you could really make a meaningful contribution.
Right. So like 3 months ago, I started to be intentional about starting to post on my Instagram, right? And to share a little bit about me, what I do on the business side and what I do personally, what I enjoy. And there's a huge distinction between a tourist and a traveler.
What's the distinction?
A tourist is someone who shows up and they're hyper-focused on hitting the spots, right? These spots, now in this day and age, the Instagram-worthy spots, and they keep it moving and they say, well, hey, I have been to Thailand, I've been to Turkey, right? A traveler is the person who goes out and connects with the local communities, the culture, understand them, share with them, right? Learn some of their customs, learn their language. Like I mentioned to you, I went to Turkey. It was supposed to be 5 days. I was with my friends for 5 days, and the itinerary was packed on hitting the highlights of anyone who would be going to Turkey for a short stay.
Yeah.
And when it was time to leave, I said, well, I'm not going back to the States yet because I don't feel like I've truly gotten to know Turkey. And I stayed 3 additional weeks. And literally, I spent evenings sitting in a boutique hotel, and I told you I met a friend from the Bahamas who's been traveling the world for 11 months at the time that we met, and she stayed in a hotel next door. We literally met in Turkey, and we would be like on the corner hanging out with the locals because we got to know them. She stayed in Turkey for 2 months, okay? And, you know, just learning about them, their families, their traditions, their customs, like, and it just allows you to capture the true essence of that country and its people and how things operate and how it actually functions. Trinis go into spaces and they're like, they see something, they say, I feel like I do this business in Trinidad, you know. But you have no idea, like, the handoff process and the systematic approach to how that is even created on the back end.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And you don't even spend time, a lot of it is like a copycat syndrome.
Yeah.
Nobody spends time to truly understand, and I think that's why you see high
A lot of
turnovers.
half-baked operations, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So there is a distinction to me between a traveler and a tourist. And especially for someone in my type of business, I think that being a traveler also gives me the leading edge of being a better host as well, and being able to train my staff to a certain level. It's interesting because when I put my staff to trainings, especially the ones who are tasked with greeting guests, and they shadow me, they're always like, how did you know that? Like, it's just like you just pick up, like you just know the vibe. It's like I have an intuitive knowing of what the guest needs are, like you read the feel. And the more you do it and the more you interact with people, but that comes from naturally doing it because I am my guests. I am my guests. When I go out into the world, I am them. Right? So when they come to me, it's just the reverse. The roles have now reversed. So now I have more data that I'm working with from an authentic standpoint. You know? Because I haven't gone to any of the sites in Bangkok since I arrived. I have not gone to any of the temples. You know, I have had people, oh, did you go to this? Did you take a picture here?
No, I have not.
No, but I can tell you about the lady who owned the Pon restaurant in my neighborhood that knows me really well because I go there for dinner most nights of the week.
What place is that?
It's down Punawiti, the side street by Quinn. Gosh, I can't say the name of it, but it has like the cheapest sushi and the best soups. And I just literally sit there. You should come one time. It's like a bunch of locals. It's a very local neighborhood. That area is very, very local.
I need to start doing a lot more local foods. And you know why? Because I'm jealous of the prices.
It's way better.
When I see the prices of local Thai food, like in just the local neighborhood spots, because we have a few of them by my building too, and I'm just like, I need to go with a Thai person because I have no idea what on earth. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna go this week. I'm gonna go this week and just Google Translate and figure it out. So when you see them prices,
that side street by Quinn, in the afternoons, all the local people open up their stalls. And there's about 4 of them that I bought from frequently now. So now they know me and they know what order I want. And it's crazy because 2 stops till en route, the price change. The price change. Even like coffee. I get a cappuccino on the way to the gym every day, and the more I come this direction, it's like it goes up. It just goes up.
No, You see, when you are picking these neighborhoods, you know, that's one of the top questions right now is, you know, I have a few people that are like, yo, they're looking to move to Thailand this year.
From Trinidad?
From Trinidad, Canada, and the US as well. and they're looking at neighborhoods, and I'm just like, I've started to just take a picture of the a screenshot of the BTS map from the app,
Yeah.
and I find the center point of like Flonchit, Asok, Nana, and I'm like, you see this area right here? This is the most expensive, and just work your way from there. So the further away you are from this point, prices start to come down.
Yeah.
Because once you're in that Asok area, Tonglor, and within that bubble, the prices are going to be.
So last Friday, I went out with my European friends that I mentioned to you, and this area I had been in it previously running errands, but in the daytime. I had not been there in the night, and it was so quiet, but all the restaurants and bars were packed. And one thing that she suggested to me, she's like, I'm going to continue to give you recommendations and you come out with us, because you have to go to areas. You are an expat, you are not a tourist because you're living here, right?
Yeah.
And she said that there are places that are predominantly expats, because you don't want to go hang out and really meet tourists, because these people are just transient. They just come, go, they're rude, they're disrespectful, they party, they trash the place. But you want to connect with people who are here, love Thailand, love Thai culture, Thai people, and have been here long term. And it was so nice, the energy in that space. So it was a restaurant that had a DJ. It was a whole vibe, right? And the streets were not like, Nana is crazy.
That's wild, yeah.
Yeah, and I said to her, oh my God, how come I didn't know of this area? Like, I would love to live in this area.
Yeah.
But she's like, it's okay. When you first come here, most people just stay off Sukhumvit line and then they learn the areas.
Yeah.
And then they decide. But even in my area, it's very chill, but there's a lot of Thais.
Yeah, Punawiti, I think, is a perfect spot.
Yeah.
There's so many good neighborhoods. Like, I don't think there's a perfect spot. There's
But it
just
depends
so
on the
many
person.
different
It depends
vibes.
on you and what your preferences are, right? Because when I went to the line, I met a gentleman there, an older gentleman. He looked like he was like in his high 60s, and he was saying that some guys moved out because they didn't like living up by Punawiti because it was too far from the center, because they like to party and stuff like that. I don't party and I don't drink, so I don't. For me, it's about that authentic experience, right?
Yeah.
I don't care if I have to. It takes me 11 minutes to get to Soap to go to the gym.
You
right?
see, and I was gonna say, like, because, like, I mean, I have no problem going to a bar and taking a drink at a party once in a while, right? But because of how Bangkok is situated, Asok is right there.
Yeah.
Asok is the next stop.
And you know what's interesting? So my gym friends think, why are you living all the way out in Punawiti, right?
That's insane.
It's so funny.
All
And
the way out
they
in
said to me, it's because you're American, so you think an 11-minute train ride is close, right? They said it's because you're American. When you've lived in Bangkok long enough, you're going to realize that 11 minutes is far and you will move closer. And I was like, are you for real? I said, you don't even understand. I lived on an island, and like literally to get to the mall, because I lived in Glencoe, some days, like, let there be one issue on the road to West Mall, it's like an hour, 2 hours. God forbid a tree falls in the road by Linders. It's like...
And you're there all day.
Yeah.
And you're there all day in traffic.
Yeah.
11 minutes is too far. People keep on, you know what? And I think that, and this is why you really have to come. This is why you have to come and experience things for yourself.
Yes.
Because the amount of people that I was seeing saying that the outskirts of Bangkok is like Anut, Bangchak, Punawiti, Bang Na, right? And I'm here, and I'm like, I could walk to Asok.
Yeah.
You know, like you know what I mean? Like, Asok is not.
I walked from Punawiti to Unut yesterday.
And I would do, and I walk from where I am. I walk to Prakanong. I walk to Ekamai. Like, it's not.
Well, I think it just depends on person's preference and what they like to do or don't like to do. But I just love being right there.
It's not far. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when I'm on my roof, when I'm on my pool, I see the Queen.
Yeah, you do from your side.
I see it from there, right? I see buildings in Ekamai. I see buildings in town. Like, it's not far, but again, it's always interesting to see people's different thought process. We live on the outskirts, and I'm like, but bro, like, I could walk.
Yeah.
There if I wanted to.
Everyone's like,
it's not.
Oh my God, she lived all the way out there by True Digital Park. That's what they say at the gym. She lives all the way out there by True Digital.
All the way.
And you know, they would say, like, one of my friends is like, okay, after class today, just come to my condo and shower. I'm like, it's not that far. But the good thing, the gyms have showers. But you know what I mean? It's like, everyone's so nice. Think about that. I just made these friends, and they're like, come to my condo and shower so we can go. You don't have to go back to Spinowitzy, yeah? You know? Isn't it? And this is someone you just met.
And you're right on the line.
Yeah.
You're right on the BTS line.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah. But I
It's all
appreciate
the
their
way.
hospitality. They're so
No,
nice,
the
yeah.
hospitality is lovely. I don't think people keep, obviously, you know, people romanticize everything on social media,
Yeah.
right? And nobody believes that you're having this amazing experience. No, people believe that you're not speaking about the negative. You're not speaking about the bad, because I keep getting asked, why don't you talk about the bad? Why don't you talk about the bad? And I'm like, I don't think you guys understand. Before I came, I don't think you understand how much time I spent in finding a place, a city that aligned with me and what I want,
Yeah.
right? I didn't compromise on anything. I have every single thing on my list.
Yeah.
The only negative thing, and this is, and I'm reaching when I say negative, is you have to maintain your visa. Like you have to, like it's not something where you just get and you don't ever have
But
to
I
think
want
about
to
it
say
again.
this about that. Sorry to interject, but I've noticed, for example, I think Taiwan just launched a digital nomad visa.
did.
Japan launched one last year. And
Yeah.
it's all shorter timelines for other countries and higher costs and higher thresholds as far as like
Yeah, yeah.
the salaries that you have to show. So
Yeah.
for here, it's like it's minimal. And if you plan to travel, I don't see you have to do those checkpoints anyways, because like me knowing myself, I'm not staying here
Yeah,
3
you
months
don't
straight.
you don't have to do the 3-month check-in, and you don't have to do the 90 check-in when you're traveling a lot.
So it's like a win-win. Prior to me coming, someone made a comment, have you been to Bangkok before? And I said no. And they said, oh, I heard Bangkok is dirty. This came from someone who had not been to Bangkok either. But anytime someone tells me something, if you tell me to go right, I'm going left. That's my personality, right? And I thought
There
to
was no
myself,
video that I seen where Bangkok even remotely looked dirty. The only thing I was like, all right, I got to see for myself.
But you see
is the smog.
you see things through your lenses, right?
Of
Remember I
course.
said that's why you have to like drop your perceptions and the things that you think you know, and where you put yourself as well. So the only area I went to that I felt like was maybe had a lot of trash was Nana. And my friends at the gym were saying the tourists are the ones who are coming and being disrespectful and just like trashing the place. But you know what I love about Bangkok is seeing the new and the old simultaneously together.
Yes.
I love that. But not everyone is going to have that appreciation.
Yeah. I don't have, like I said, outside of the visa maintenance, and again, that's just something you have to be conscious
Yeah.
of, right? When people ask, you know, what are the negatives, bro? I literally have, like, Bangkok checks everything that I want on my list. I don't have anything negative. The only 2 negatives was, 1, you just have to be mindful of your visa, and 2, you have to learn the language. Like you at least have to be at least learn conversational Thai to really get the true experience. But that's not good. But again, I said I'm reaching. That's
Yeah.
not even a negative.
No, I
because
don't
the
think so.
technology has broken down the language barrier to
And
the
you will
point
learn
where
it.
you're getting everything that you want. You have every app, everything, every product, every service is a
I've only
button
been here
away.
1 month, and now when I hear certain things, I understand. I'm picking up on conversations on what's being said.
Yeah.
Just because I've just been around people who are speaking in Thai. You know what I mean? And that's an important part of it. But I don't see it as a negative, because for me,
No, it's not,
any
correct.
opportunity to expand my mind and to challenge it. I was practicing my Thai sentences earlier today before coming to meet you. And it's some of the pronunciation, but for me, things that challenge my mind, for me, it's about how do I grow, how do I expand every single day, how do I become a better version of myself so I can contribute to the divine collective. Like God didn't just put me here to exist, right? So here I am trying to practice my Thai sentences. I have so many things that I'm learning, from that to the Muay Thai, to the run clubs, to the Pilates, to the gym. It's just, but now my calendar is so packed, right? And these are all things that I've always enjoyed doing. When I lived in Miami, it was the exact same way. I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning, out of the house at 5 to go meet my run clubs. In Trinidad, I didn't have that. Now, when I was training for marathons, like last year in Trinidad, I had to train because I had a marathon in January. And it was always like this anxiety, because it's like, okay, where am I going to run? Is it safe? I had an incident where a guy pulled up next to my car right by the Archbishop of the Savannah, and it was just very creepy because like I'm training for marathon, so I'm running like 10 miles some days, and I'm like drenched, and I would like take my shoes off with my slippers, and I was by my trunk, and he just pulls up, and we're talking about this probably like 6:30 in the morning, and he's like, "How I feel to drive a BMW?" I looked at him. "How does it feel to drive a BMW?" I said, "Like a regular car." He said, "You know, I'm from Jamaica. It's my dream to drive a BMW one day." Like, this stuff is very creepy to me.
Yeah.
I never parked there ever again.
Yeah.
You know, my car stood out a lot, you know, like, well, my car is like, let me show you the color of the car. So that was another thing. I stopped driving my car. It was parked a lot, and you buy something that you like, you customize something that you like, and then you realize you cannot enjoy it. Why? Because you're in a culture of envy, danger, like.
Yeah, and like I said, and that is the one thing I wish I got to experience it when, you know, Trinidad was Trinidad. Like if I came early 2000s, you know, but everything happens the way it needs to happen.
So my trip to get here to Thailand, that's what I did. I was like literally studying the points and miles game for 3 months, like consistently.
So we done eat our belly full. This place is so pretty, you know.
I know.
What? Look outside. Did you ever go outside and look at all of the lights?
After the park, after the aerobics class, you want to go to the class now?
The what? The aerobics class? After we done eat our belly full, she talking about, you want to go to the aerobics class? Chris, hold on. When is the running club?
There's one tomorrow. Sabay.
Sabay. What time is that?
That one is, I think, at 7. There's 2 running clubs tomorrow. Did I send you the details? Are you going to show up? Sabay.
Absolutely not tomorrow. Maybe the next week.
Next week.
I will definitely join you next week. If you go, I will go. But boy, is this beautiful. Anyways, people, tell Krystel bye.
Bye, guys.
So I had an amazing time, you know, chilling out with Chris, hung out, ate food, came home, but we still gotta work. So, you know, I came home late. Guess what? The day has already started. It is now 3:51 in the morning. And I gotta get to work. So we have a client coming on at 4 o'clock in the morning. Gotta get to work. Oh my God, don't you just love being a digital entrepreneur and you're working on US time still? So because it's US time I'm working on, there are going to be some days where, yeah, gotta be up for 4 o'clock in the morning to do work and meet with clients. So let's go. Let's get into it. Mark, good morning. I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you? Four o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Nah, since I've made the move, all of my appointments will either be in the morning time for me. So when it's evening time for you, it's morning time for me. So I would usually start work at 4 o'clock in the morning, right? That'll be like the earliest meeting I'd have, or it could be any time between 7 p.m. and midnight. Which will be morning for everybody on that side of the world, right? So this is the trade-off. This is definitely the trade-off, you know. So how's the start of the year been for you? So we finished the first call. Now we have another client. So we're going. Look at today, right? Today we started off at 4 o'clock in the morning, and now we're getting into the 7 o'clock hour. So yeah, next call. This is what we gotta do. Let's get into it. Hello, Kathy. How are you? I am good. I can't complain. I'm in Thailand now. Thailand. Yeah. I'm in Thailand now. Yes. Whew. So after a long night, we got up, handled our business with our clients. We started off at 4 o'clock in the morning, and now we finished up with our last client at 10 o'clock in the morning. So, hope you had fun. Can't wait to see you guys and gals in the next video. I'm gonna go and rest because boy, I'm tired. I'm getting ready to go and take a little nap, and then I'll get up at around like 12 o'clock and start my day. And that's how we're doing it. That's how we are doing it over here in Thailand. Anyways, thank you for joining me, and I will see all of y'all in the next video.